Thanks, guys. Yeah, good to be back. Rose, it's good to be back in the casting booth, or separate booths, I suppose, in this instance. But yeah, it's been a nice little time off, I can imagine, just away from all the C9s.
Yeah, hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be back. I kind of thought I needed a funny accent to be able to cast with you, so I did my best. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. No, you know what? There's been a lot of accents on the broadcast recently. We've had, well, I had a double Australian pairing, so it's at least nice to get a little bit of British back, I suppose, of Euros. Thank you very much.
I
that
tried.
Definitely won't get clipped in
Just for you.
There's no way.
Just for you, Josh.
There's no way. All right, Houston Outlaws versus the Atlanta Reign. Winner here. They do punch their ticket to the mid-season madness. Pretty scary. I think Houston Outlaws just want to forget their games previous, just move on to the next one. Atlanta Reign, on the other hand, oh my god, they are looking so good. And one of the biggest things about this match, I think, is going to be the Sojourn matchup. Kai versus Merit, two of the best Sojourns right now in the game, Rose.
They are indeed. I mean, just taking a look at their railgun accuracy that they have had leading up into the match today, I mean, they're neck and neck. Jaws. It's 57% accuracy there coming in for Merit and 58% accuracy coming in for Kai. So definitely keeping an eye out on both of those players as we head into the match today.
Yeah, I mean, the desk already showed Kai's stat card at the very beginning of the day, and it was like first, second, third. Like, yeah. The guy's an absolute menace on the Sojourn right now. And we'll see if Merrick can match them. Of course, it is Pelican and Merrick in the starting roster today. And what's quite funny, Rose, is we've seen a lot of adaptation from the Houston Outlaws. We've seen Piggy subbed in here and there, but it feels like they're way more comfortable with Dante on Doomfist.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed that as well in some of the series that the Houston Outlaws have had this stage. I mean, Dante has been kind of playing double duty. You see Dante on the Doomfist, which definitely seems to be the bread and butter of the Houston Outlaws, but sometimes, like when Piggy subbed into the roster to play that tank role, you often see Dante flexing over to the DPS, and I mean, that's what he's good at. He's good at, well, I mean, he's good at everything, but, you know.
That is extreme. Yeah, I mean, Dante's pretty good at everything. That's why he's in the tank role right now. Let's have a look at their opponents today. The Atlanta Reign. We got Kai. We've already talked about him, so we'll talk about someone else. We'll talk about Venom. Why not? I mean, Venom's been a superstar on the Tracer. Definitely his best hero by far. And it's something you need in this meta. A good Tracer player. Also a good Genji player, to be fair as well. It's also quite handy. Hawk has been fantastic. The backline, a little bit lackluster a couple of weeks ago, but really just pulled out their bootstraps and they're ready to rock and roll today. Both these teams sitting around the similar scoreline, Rose. 6-4 for the Atlanta Reign, 6-3 for the Houston Outlaws. But the winner of today will go straight to the Mid-Season Madness, which is what they're playing for. Of course, the Mid-Season Madness, we're going to see some cross the waters action. So we got some of the APAC teams playing against some of the North American teams or the Western teams. So that's going to be incredibly exciting. But we're going to get into the game in just a moment. What do you expect here, Rose? We're going on to Lijiang Tower as our first match.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Atlanta Reign, they've looked really, really good around the team composition core of the Sojourn, the Tracer, and the Doomfist, which is probably why we're seeing Hawk in the starting lineup. In fact, we haven't seen a whole lot of Gator, who is more comfortable on those main tank roles. And so, you know, kind of, especially when we take a look at the fact we're starting out on Control Center, I definitely expect Atlanta Reign to kind of come out with that Sojourn Tracer Doomfist, but then kind of flexing around their support backline in order to play to that particular map's strengths. And then for the Houston Outlaws, it's going to be kind of similar, I feel like. Definitely the Doomfist as we see Dante in the lineup, but then also kind of looking at how they're going to support that with that backline.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost a guarantee, Dante on the Doom. I mean, they could be cooking up something crazy in the lab and coming out with the Wrecking Ball. We've seen Mikey on the San Francisco Shock play ball on control maps. I don't think Dante's got that in his back pocket. Maybe he does. Maybe that's a secret strat for later down the line. But Jake's always kind of teasing these secret strats. I know he had a word with Custer when we were over in Arlington, Texas.
Yeah, I don't let him bait you.
We got something cooking, Scott.
No, no they don't. No, they don't. We're going to see the Doomfist. Okay, well. I'm putting that down super quickly here. Don't listen to the rumors. It's all bait.
Oh, well. You can't be the best Sojourn in the league if you're dead. Nice right click from Lastro to start the fight off. I mean, lucky, I guess they lose Kai super early. They're going to be able to get back and tussle on the point for a little while before it does unlock. I see ult charge, I suppose. Yeah, Pelican put okay in the chat. Very good. So it's going to be a Venom versus Pelican, Tracer versus Genji. Genji's so good at diving into the backline, of course, getting the resets off of assists, but OG and Kai doing what they love. That's killing people.
Yeah.
Lanta Rain do manage to find the fight and the point.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Kai got taken out super early actually allowed Atlanta Reign to reset and just kind of figure out how they want to approach the Houston Outlaws. This point is really, really good for the attacking team when you take a look at how many avenues you have to be able to cover as the defenders. So Houston Outlaws just kind of got swarmed there, and Atlanta able to take control of the point. Now we're looking at Hawk, though, just kind of continuing to start off these engagements for the Reign.
Yeah, the Reign really want to go fast. They've got Moira and Lucio. No speed boost available for the Outlaws. Venom hit with the recall. Forces Dante to actually use that power block, but Merit with 100 energy manages to score a kill onto Venom. But with Dante's, I wouldn't say unwillingness to go in, but he was not able to go in because he didn't have power block. Venom forced it so early, so he's not willing to just dive in because he doesn't have that defensive tool when then the team can kind of round about him and make sure he stays alive. Houston Outlaws lose the next fight, and the Atlanta Reign still holding on. They're going to go fast, Rose. Coalescence.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the other thing about Dante not being able to go in is, you know, OG can kind of just move everybody around quickly.
Ooh. Pulse hits the wall. Iris going pretty low. Lamp's been used already, but Ultraviolet on the flank. Big Coalescence kills two. The Atlanta Reign tempo very much in their favor. Outlaws have not had a say in the matter. Lastro, by the way, rose 40% towards the ult. Like, unbelievably far behind right now.
Yeah, this has been, Lastro's been having some difficulty finding value coming into these matchups. I think it's just, you know, the front line of the Houston Outlaws goes down so quickly.
Hey, yo. That was a max range dash, Shuriken melee. Okay.
Okay, Pelican.
That's a good way to start the fight. Atlanta Reign can keep this fight going, though. There is the blade. Will the beat come out? It's a little bit late. Not enough to save Kai. Only 3 for the Reign. Get the over health as Pelican is still swinging away, trying to chunk those health bars down. Merit pops the overclock. Doesn't get too much done apart from a little bit of extra damage. And the Outlaws do manage to gain control of the point for the first time this series with 95% for the Reign.
Yeah, but the other thing that you have to look at is the Reign are already postured to get back into this fight super quickly, and Hawk can just go in super aggressive with the ultimate online.
Pelican in trouble. Look at that focus fire onto Kai. Lastro pushed him into a wall. Dante did the same. Window for the Outlaws to stop the Reign from walking up on them, but they let the point go for free. Not the worst, I suppose. You only give Reign a couple of percent up to 99, and the Outlaws do manage to find the flip. Lastro's got the rally for next fight, but Kai got focused so hard in that fight as soon as he popped that ult.
Yeah, but that's what the Houston Outlaws need to do. You know, Kai is definitely a big threat to the team, and you've got to make sure he's taken out of the fight before he finds value.
Power punch for Hawk, not going in. The rally came out from Lastro. Oh, Pelican appeared out of nowhere there. Yeah, Punch has a big hitbox, by the way. Sometimes there's just random people flying in front of you and you get them. Hawk does end up going down to Pelican. Good start for the Outlaws. Only expending the single rally in this fight so far. Stick onto Dante, but somehow manages to get out and kill Kai. He does get chased up by Venom, but that should be about it. The Atlanta Reign throw the pulse bomb in at the very end. They don't get anything with it, and the Outlaws control still.
I think Dante is an acceptable sacrifice to keep ticking up the percentage on the point there. Houston Outlaws are in a good position as well. You know, Merit's working up to the ultimate. Pelican's going to have another blade, and Atlanta Reign really don't have a way to shut that down.
Coalescence. Hawk going pretty low. That disruptor shot doing a fair bit of work, but not anything the Coalescence can't handle. Iris falling is not a good start. Merit's going to have to go crazy with this overclock, but he's getting forced all the way back to nearest spawn. Pelican trying to create some more space, but with a blade with no nano, gets almost nothing. The flip for the Reign and the beat in their back pocket. Can the Outlaws touch? They just in time get there, but so many resources expended. The rally, the window, they find nothing. And the Atlanta Reign claim round 1.
I love the way that the Atlanta Reign played that last team fight as well, engaging with the Coalescence, and then kind of just making Houston Outlaws a little bit too far on the back foot. I mean, Pelican got that blade up just a touch late and then couldn't really find value with it. So like that the Atlanta Reign kind of continue to play that patiently, but we're already seeing some switch-ups here, Jaws. Look at the back line. We're switching over from the Atlanta Reign to the Zenyatta instead of the Brigitte, and of course, on the other side of things, it's a full swap of the back line to the Zenyatta and the Ana here for the Houston Outlaws.
Yeah, you can defend yourself a little bit easier now with Zen, with the kick, of course. Especially around this point, a lot of environmentals can happen, so potentially why that's being chosen. Makes the most sense too. The Zenyatta Discord Orb on the Doomfist, you are toast.
Yep.
If you don't find cover, disengage the orb. Or disconnect the orb, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be something that both of these teams are going to have to deal with, but Atlanta Reign already have to get reset.
Yeah, big reset. Big kills. All right, 100 energy shot through the team. Ends OG's life. Wasn't even a headshot. OG just took a bit of extra damage, and the railgun just finished him off. Outlaws find the cap.
I don't know how long they're going to be able to hold on to this, though. Of course, this point's a little more defensible, so as long as they get set up and they're able to take these big angles, I mean, look how far back Lastro is. May have to move up a little bit as Atlanta Reign just kind of trying to kite around some of this damage.
Yeah, the Reign don't have this the Lucio for the speed boost anymore, so it's a bit harder to actually pin down Lastro. Merit under a lot of pressure. Dante a little bit more so as Kai finds the kill. Discord Orb and a railgun does end his life, and Outlaws, it look like they out-rotated themselves there. The Atlanta Reign just walked to point basically for free because Outlaws are so concentrated on trying to hold that mega health pack route.
Yeah, and that unfortunately came back to bite them. So as Atlanta Reign start to match the percentage on the point, they're really starting to look up to these ultimates that are going to start coming online here. It's going to be about the transcendences for me. That's really how you're going to be able to withstand the damage coming in from just smacking into each other with these comps.
Yeah, the overclocks will see straight through that transcendence, but they aren't quite near them just yet. Both Merit and Kai a little bit further away. Merit's doing a good job of actually checking Venom. There's the nano onto Dante. Can he find much? He's going a little bit more defensive as he sees the dive come in from Venom and Hawk. Dante gets stunned into the wall using a power block of his own and a transcendence to make sure they survive that meteor strike. And now Hawk, with a very little disengaged tools left, has to escort himself to the back of his team, but with Ultraviolet's transcendence, the Atlanta Reign should be good to clean on up. The later support ultimate always wins out. Kai and Hawk taking numbers, and the Outlaws get pushed back once again.
I know that the late transcendence can definitely help out a team, but you also have to give so much credit to how Atlanta Reign were able to just sustain through that fight. OG ended up having that immortality field up at the perfect time to be able to chew through a bunch of this damage coming in. I mean, Iris, unfortunately, just couldn't get much done there with the nano either, and then the front line crumbled.
Yeah, already. It folded faster than a bit of paper, that's for sure. Okay, Outlaw's got a lot of ults to bear, but look at this. Already using that window, forcing Outlaws away from the center stage. Pelican in a whole lot of trouble, and OG standing all the way at the back. Hawk did sleep, but this ends maybe now for the Outlaws. A few percent before the Reign end up taking the map. Okay, there it is. Atlanta Reign are going to take it as soon as they kill Dante. Pelican with the blade still in his back pocket. Hasn't used it just yet. Dante, Meteor Strike on the point, but Atlanta Reign full force. Take him out. Easy peasy. Merit had no chance in that fight. The voice line was popped, and so with his life. And the Atlanta Reign, clean control to start off the series, 2-0.
Really like the way that Atlanta Reign are playing this so far. I mean, yeah, that first round looked really back and forth there for Houston, but Atlanta Reign just put on a clinic to really how to play this composition, especially when you've got the Baptiste with the amplification matrix up and running. That Sojourn's going to do so much damage, especially on these long off angles.
Yeah, that was pretty tough, but it's okay. It's control, you know, a little bit more variable, you could say. We'll have to see what they do in map number 2. We're back, guys. Don't go anywhere.
2 shots, dead in the ground, we ain't the same, pull up. 3 rounds, bro, you done. We let it rain, head pop. So look out when we in the zone, don't play around. I got a strap, put to your back, tell you now, we laying it down, yeah. Bands up, trapped out, I bring the dogs, gang out. Look, don't wanna fade and drop out, got no clout. Think smart, this crucial. We ain't no average usual, nah. We let it rain, ain't seen a savage, who you?
The Atlanta Reign soaring ahead in map number 1. A clean 2-0 on control. It was another regular day in the office. Felt like Kai was doing well. Like the rest of the team were just kind of dominating. Like it wasn't really much room for Outlaws to do anything, Rose. Dante a lot of the time was getting pressured out by Venom and forced to use like things like power block early so he couldn't go for these engagements. Yeah. It was a tough upwards hill battle, but there are some substitutions coming in. We got Piggy in for the Outlaws and Venom out for Nero in the Reigns camp.
It makes a lot of sense knowing that our next map in this series is going to be King's Row. I think Piggy just provides a lot of value looking at the depth of heroes that he is able to bring out in that tank role. And then, you know, Nero, I think is just a really, really good counterpart to Kai when you look at the damage output. Not to say that Venom is not, but it really just opened the doors that, yes, you could run the Tracer again, or you could start to look at being able to play something else, like maybe a Hanzo comes out here.
Maybe. The Outlaws are on the offense first. We've seen a little bit of Hanzo from the Outlaws, so it wouldn't surprise me all too much. Atlanta Reign can still pretty much run at whatever they want. We've seen Nero a fair bit, or like, in fact, a lot of players run the Mei on this map as well, Rose. And especially in these tight corridors on the route, from point A to point B can be quite frustrating to deal with. Even on point A, walling up around the statue can be hell on earth for tank players. But it looks like Atlanta Reign just happy to run Kai on the Hanzo and Nero on the Genji. So no Sojourn for Kai.
Yeah, but we've also seen what Kai can do with the Hanzo. It's pretty deadly. And, you know, this time around, the Nero running the Genji, I mean, I had some questions about the Genji coming out from the Houston Outlaws. In Lijiang, maybe it's able to fare a little bit better when both teams are kind of looking at how they want to utilize the Genji. It really isn't about the Dragon Blade when I was thinking about it during the break. Like, yeah, Dragon Blade is really nice, but it's not going to be super impactful or flashy when you really don't have the support for it, like with something like the Nano Boost coming out from the Ana here. We will see the Iris, though, pick the Ana as Houston Outlaws come out of the gate.
Okay, I like this. Leaves give the Genji some additional support, like you were saying, Rose. Now it's about navigating the statue. We see most teams nowadays just try and jump up and around, force their Sigma and the rest of the squad on defense away from high ground. We'll see if that does come about. Nero right now just trying to jostle in the neutral, dodging that rock, which is perfect. Best thing about the Sojourns in these matchups too, it's only on the side of the Outlaws, of course, but you can charge off that Sigma shield, kind of going down to just some hyperspheres. A lot of pressure on the front line there at Atlanta Reign right now. Hawk gets antied, or like killed with an A, not even antied at that point. Atlanta Reign just kind of crumbling.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna see it. I mean, I was expecting the switch up here. Hawk already going to be opting for the Doomfist instead of the Sigma. And I feel like that just really allows Atlanta Reign to play the game that they want to play. You know, Doomfist can go in, really chunk away at the Sigma shield, and then you're just kind of able to disrupt that front line and just get that pressure. So, you know, Hawk, especially with Ultraviolet on the Zenyatta, can follow up on those Discord orbs and just take out members left and right.
Seismic Slam's pretty nice too for the Genji if you're Nero. A bit slow, bit of extra damage, so you can get the resets. Oh, Ultraviolet resetting, but he's going back to spawn. Nice headshot from Merit, 100 charge, easy game. Outlaws just forcing their way through the streets. Wow, this is a completely different state of affairs from what we saw on Control. Atlanta Reign now getting forced all the way back. And look at the ultimate charge too. I mean, the Houston Outlaws, they're coming up with, well, maybe not the Nano Blade just yet, but Overclock, Nano Boost 20% away. Yep. They're looking good for this second point push.
Yeah, they're looking really, really good. I mean, Houston's just been able to find so much value. And the fact that they really haven't allowed Atlanta Reign to set up is really important as well. I mean, look at where Hawk is going. I really don't think you want to be trying to go from that direction.
Wow, Nero just got owned. Like, LOS of healers, maybe? I don't know. Nero was just completely out of the open. Hawk tried to do the same thing, jump to the mini. Hawk is out of the fight pretty much. Look, he's so low. Discorded, antied, no power block. He's dead. Overclock. Outlaws are running through the Atlanta Reign. What is happening? 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go. The Atlanta Reign, maybe PC lag. I don't know what is happening right now. This is not the Reign we saw in Control.
No,
like,
I just think the Hanzo and the Genji just aren't doing it, Jaws. I mean, look at this. Kai finally switching over to the Sojourn, but I feel like it's almost a little too late at this point, looking at this third point and how far ahead Houston Outlaws are with ult economy.
I mean, better late than never, I suppose. One of the more defensible points in the game, to be fair. But Nano Blade coming up, you got Flux, you have Transcendence to match Ultraviolet's Transcendence. You can force trans with basically everything. There it is, Flux up, Immortality Field. Yep, it's been used. Pelican is dead, so Outlaws probably just want to go again. Yeah, there is a Transcendence still for this Nano Blade.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Iris is also down.
But I mean, that's what I love about Ultraviolet hanging on to the Transcendence. OG was able to have that Immortality Field ready to go for that Flux coming out from Piggy, and now you have the Transcendence to be able to counter something like that Nano Blade from the Houston Outlaws. So maybe I spoke too soon, Jaws. I think that, you know, as you were pointing out, the defensible position that Atlanta Reign can have on this point really does lend itself well to stalling out this onslaught of ultimates coming out from the Houston Outlaws.
Nano Blade with an 8 on top. That'll be the course I'm ordering. You got to time those well. You can just destroy a team if you get an anti on the Transcendence. Oh, already. Hawk's pretty low. Lamp's been used. Meteor Strike to send him up to the skies. Pelican now in a little bit of trouble. Gets punched in the wall, but there's the Nano. He hasn't pulled the blade just yet. Gets stunned again. Gets the reset off of Pork, and Nero's down too. I don't think the blade's even needed, but he's going to pull it anyway. Why not? There's no Lamp for you, OG. Goodbye. Transcendence on the other side of the map, so OG couldn't even run to it. The Houston Outlaws still pushing the payload. Hawk gets the respawn just in time, but Kai's now dead. A perfect punch from Hawk, though, straight off the rip to kill Piggy. Transcendence pretty late, and now they just need to deal with Hawk. The heals didn't come quite in time, and neither did that Lamp, as the Houston Outlaws are holding on to this assault. The Atlanta Reign, not quite so lucky, are holding on to their defense. And with 3 minutes on the clock, Outlaws get a beautiful time back if they get awarded another attack.
It was really tough for Atlanta Reign to win a team fight there, Jaws. It wasn't until that final point, and at that point, you know, you kind of expect that the defense is going to have a bit of an upper hand. Houston played that really, really nicely, and I kind of wonder, you know, what was going through Atlanta's head having that Hanzo Genji start.
Bit of a slower comp, really. I mean, with the Hanzo especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they learned their lesson. Maybe they're going to just play the Sojourn from now on. I mean, Kai is one of the league leaders for a reason on that pick, especially against a shield. Like, you charge those things up, you charge those railguns up pretty fast. Oh, here you go. I was going to call it a rare vintage, but maybe not so much anymore. We're having Piggy on the Rhine.
Ooh, I like this. I think the Sigma was really good because it allowed you to just kind of continue to take space with that mobile shield.
Okay,
but
okay. big up your teammates. You're supposed to. Come on now. Come on.
Poor
Piggy, man.
Trying to tank diff right now. Hawk, play Sigma. Let's play Sigma.
Sigma is meta. Yes, please play Sigma so we can wall you off and insta-kill you, please. Sigma, very meta. As I see your fire strike coming to spawn. There's no way they fall for that. Come on now.
No.
Come on now. All right, Piggy on the Rhine. A bit harder to isolate people. I suppose Ultraviolet you can kill off, but everybody else has mobility tools.
Yeah, especially when you're looking at the Sojourns. I mean, both Merit and Kai going to pull those back out of their back pocket. But Nero this time around is going to be the one that plays the Hanzo, so at least this could be able to chunk down that Reinhardt shield with those Storm Arrows.
Yeah, but you can hold pretty far back if you're Piggy right now.
Yeah.
You can rely on Pelican's wall, too, if you get jumped on. Speaking of which, yeah, there you go. No real ability to isolate anybody apart from Ultraviolet, like I mentioned. Everybody's got mobility tools, plus the point itself. The wall goes up, it doesn't cover the whole thing. Merit is pretty low, and tick has been gained by the Atlanta Reign, just forcing out that Rhine shield. Kai trying to make a move in the hotel. Can't quite book a reservation just yet, but with 100 energy, you might just do so. Spots the lamp, doesn't hit the rail. In fact, just sends one to Piggy's back, hoping he can finish him off. Hawk, on the other hand, wasn't quite so lucky. Neither was Lastro. A lamp from the Atlanta Reign saves their backline from the dive of Lastro, and Ultraviolet finds a kick to the face. There's the window from Iris to try and hold on to this point, but he wasn't quite so lucky. Piggy really just a non-factor in this fight. He's done a fair bit of damage, Rose, but to handle all of the Reign's DPS and tanks at the same time, pretty impossible.
I mean, that's just the name of the game when you're looking at Atlanta Reign's comp, is that they want to hit hard and they want to hit fast. You look at the Discord orbs, it's really going to help amplify a lot of that damage. And of course, you have like the literal amplification matrix coming out from the Baptiste as well. And so you really are just trying to kind of overwhelm the Houston Outlaws with this high damage composition.
All right, I guess the best thing for the Outlaws comp, they can hold fairly far up. Speaking of which, oh, Ultraviolet, oh, yeah, no. There's something you don't see too often. A Lucio and a Mei flank all the way around to the choke. Pelican is pretty low. The healing from Lastro isn't going to be enough. Piggy is trying to deal with the scrappy DPS of the Reign in their backline, and Hawk just cleaning house again. Piggy unable to set up. It was a good start. They managed to kill off Ultraviolet, but Piggy, again, a little bit of a non-factor. Couldn't even walk up to the gate because the DPS from the Reign was just flanking the Outlaws that whole time.
Yeah, it's so tough because like the Houston Outlaws really should be playing as a group right now. You want the Mei to be able to synergize with the Reinhardt to have that strong front line. But as it stands right now, Piggy has had a lot of trouble holding his own against the rest of the Atlanta Reign. I mean, Jaws, Hawk is doing over 8,000 damage per 10 minutes, and Piggy is at less than 3,000.
Yeah, he's just basically a meat shield right now, just trying to block incoming damage. That's pretty much it. Meteor Strike and Lamp already forced out. The Houston Outlaws may be in a little bit of trouble. Big shadow onto Hawk, but the Transcendence and the Lamp invested to try and save the Doomfist. They can't quite get the Transcendence healing onto Kai, who ends up going down, and Merit with a sharp shot kills Ultraviolet with a railgun. They've made their stand on second, and yet another good position for them to be in with this Mei and Rhine comp.
Yeah, this is looking really good for the Houston Outlaws now. That was an expensive fight for the Atlanta Reign to not be able to capture that second point. You really want to kind of throw everything in the kitchen sink at that to be able to capture.
Oh,
but
okay.
This is good. Kai off with a pretty big pick here going onto the corner.
Oh, look at that. The Houston Outlaws can try and make the most of this fight. They're going to beat and charge all the way in, and Ultraviolet and Nero did not see that one coming. If you lose your Baptiste, you can't afford these long fights, so Houston Outlaws try and make quick work of the Reign. They're now to back out as Merit is in a fair bit of trouble. Ring around the Rosie playing with Hawk. He should go down. Oh, not before Lastro can get the kill onto Hawk, so big reset. A very good play from the Outlaws, going fast.
This is exactly what the Houston Outlaws want, though. Like, this is a composition that thrives on being able to hold those defensible positions. Look how Piggy's able to hold the corners.
What?
Oh my god, Kai is just elated.
Yeah, Pelican gets escorted around, but potentially the best duo partner in on the North American servers right now is Lastro, helping Pelican find these random picks. The car's moving back all the way too, mind you. The Reign haven't touched it in quite some time, so they're losing quite a bit of progress.
Yeah, I mean, that might play into the Atlanta Reign's favor as that cart continues to move backwards towards that bookstore, but that's still such a strong defensible position for the Outlaws, and so it's going to be tough to be able to break this comp. I mean, poor Kai, that slow from the Mei really hurting the mobility of that hero.
Oh, Blizzard straight on top of Nero, but Kai's already taken out Piggy. Can Pelican do even more damage? He throws a couple of people up, turn them into ice cones, but Nero is still alive and kicking. OG was able to save him through that fight. Now Hawk's in a little bit of trouble, punches straight into the pub and picks up the health pack. But Merit and Iris doing devastating amount of damage through the window. And with 60 seconds to go, the Reign in a whole lot of trouble.
Oh, they're even making kind of a panic switch as well. Jaws, they've switched Nero over to the Genji. And at this point, with less than a minute remaining, Nero is not going to be able to work up to the Dragon Blade. So you just have to find value from the picks.
Oh, they know. They have to escort them out. It should be pretty easy. The rest of the team is just over that dip. Pelican still trying to find the backline. Lastro's going up there again. Fool me once, fool me twice. Shame on you. Ultraviolet in a whole lot of trouble, but no, he finds the crack shots onto Pelican. Kai's standing onto the sideline, so he's not impeded by Piggy's encroaching amount of damage. And that will be it. The Atlanta Reign, they sniff out Pelican and Lastro, who go on the flank, find a team kill, and they push this point, push the checkpoint B, push the payload to checkpoint B. Wow, that was a tongue twister. Kai has the overclock, but Lastro with the beat. They can come back in pretty quickly, so it's not going to be over yet for the Reign.
Well, especially because that beat should allow the Houston Outlaws to sustain long enough to be able to get Pelican's Blizzard online, and that's just going to have a huge AoE effect over this point, if they can defend it.
Kai still sitting with that overclock. There's the beat, rushing down the backline, or at least they're trying to. Kai's trying to end it now with that overclock, but Ultraviolet is already dead. Pelicans pop the block on the point and earned himself a Blizzard. Orc escapes it just narrowly with the Meteor Strike, but they don't get to the point in time. They step off for a brief moment. Hawk was the one to contest, but needed to use that Meteor Strike to avoid death.
Oh, Josh.
And the Houston Outlaws, they do manage to take that map. The Atlanta Reign step off the payload. I'm not sure you can call that a C9. No. We'll have to check the tape, but they do tie the series up.
No, you can't call that a C9, but Piggy calling it a C9 is very funny to me. Because, like, oh, Houston knows how that feels.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they do. And I'm pretty sure they're happy being on the other end of that situation. This time around, Kings Row, it goes the way the Outlaws have tied the series up one apiece. We're going on to the next map just after this.
Please don't let me in the mood.
Please don't let me into my zone. I just need some time of my own. All these people trying to get a conversation. You can conversate to that tone. My gut eyes on that throne, yeah. So I'm never alone, yeah. All these people trying to box me in. I'm at my weather, it's on, yeah. Now they ask where I'm at. Making hits that line back. I'm MJ, I'm 2-3, man. I just need some time back. I'm zoned in like defense. My life gone, no recess. But I live my best one, so I got no regrets. So gone, I'm gone. Finally back in my home. I'm working like so much, they swear I had me a clone. Can't answer my phone now, just leave it there, that tone. Ballin' can't beat me up, cause I'm back in my zone now.
Welcome back. After that very swift Kings Row, we had to Route 66 as our next map. I mean, hey, it felt like all Merit that game, and I felt like it was going to be a Merit versus Kai situation this series, but Merit, he's on 21 final blows right now. The second place on Houston in terms of final blows is Pelican at 12, so he's almost double anybody else on Houston currently. He has been popping off, almost a league leader for a reason on Sojourn. All right, Route 66, Rose, Piggy staying in. We've got Venom coming in now for Nero on the Atlanta Reign side.
Yeah, that spells to me that, you know, going into Route 66, Atlanta Reign are going to be playing a little bit more around the Tracer. Route 66 offers some really good flanks for that hero, so it makes a lot of sense that Venom may be more focused on trying to take out the back line, because Lastro and Iris have been providing so much support for the Houston Outlaws right now.
Yeah, it definitely feels pretty good. Wow, that was definitely an interesting final fight for the Atlanta Reign on Kings Row. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Like I said, we can talk about it later if that was C9. It definitely didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like it, but it's okay. All right, Route 66. Houston Outlaws on the defense. Piggy staying in Rose probably means we are going to see a lot more Sigma. Sigma's just so good on point A and point B, to be fair, just the high grounds you can take and the ability to support your team from afar sometimes. The Rock and the Hyperspheres do a fair bit of damage, just forces people all the way back, and controlling that high ground is super important, especially to make sure your Sojourn gets the most value possible. We are in just a very brief pause though, so we will get into game in just a moment.
I like Piggy's Reinhardt though too. That was really standout. I mean, you know, I call that the stats for, you know, how Hawk and Piggy were doing respectively on their tank heroes. And, you know, one thing that I liked about Piggy's play is just he was there to just, you know, block damage. So whether it was with the Sigma shield or of course holding up the Reinhardt shield, he was providing that barrier to make sure that his team wasn't taking too much damage and they could pop off. So I like that. Could be good on third point.
Extremely supportive. Yeah. Piggy deadlifting when it comes to stopping damage coming through. There you go. That'd be a good snap. Yeah, so we, like I said, we're on a brief pause, so we should get into this one in just a moment. Yeah, they can run the Rhine here on first. Rhine with Lucio, maybe Ana or Batiste or something, and then you can just hold close and then run it down. But I think most teams nowadays, they do want to hold back on Big Earls, the gas station to start off with. Makes the most sense. The Sojourn gets a really nice sight line. A lot of escape routes for the Sojourn too. Jumping from high ground to high ground. Not something that a lot of heroes can do.
Yeah, I mean, the mobility that Sojourn has right now is just absolutely nuts. So, I definitely expect that Houston Outlaws are going to be able to use that to their advantage, just kind of looking at whether they use that defensible position on top of Big Earls or they decide to just hold the corner. I mean, Jaws, it's just interesting to me how Houston are kind of maybe playing this card a little bit of, Atlanta Reign, your Achilles heel seems to be the Reinhardt composition.
Yeah, I mean, with the Rhine, if you come out on the Rhine as the offense and the enemy team is running something like a Sigma, it could be pretty devastating for the Sigma team. Especially with Lucio, with the Mei, like you get walled, you're dead. There's not much you can do, but I like the adaptation with Outlaws being able to put Piggy in to then play Rhine. You don't have to play with the main tank. It's always quite good. It was the big discussion, I think, for a lot of teams coming into this year with the removal of the tank role, and a lot of teams scaling back the tank role in general in terms of how many players they had. So having an off tank that can play everything is quite hard to find, or a main tank that can play everything too, which is quite hard to find. But luckily for the time being, the Outlaws have also Dante, who can play pretty much everything, and the Doomfist more specifically on a lot of those maps. So seeing Piggy every now and then jump onto the Reinhardt, definitely not his best hero, but at least they're confident they can run it.
Yeah, I definitely look at that as well to just be a nice boon to the Houston Outlaws. But Jaws, we got to talk about Merit, because, you know, you mentioned that wonderful stat line from Merit, just being able to get so many final blows throughout the course of the series so far. But take a look at that hero damage done. This Sojourn is certainly popping off. Maybe not to, you know, the same accuracy as Merit was walking into this series with, but whew, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, Merit has just been an absolute superstar for the Outlaws. The Sojourn, of course, extremely strong right now, and in the hands of Merit looks almost unkillable and unbeatable. But right now, the Atlanta Reign doing a fairly good job of shutting it down. I mean, Kai going 1-for-1 more often than not, or even more so. Kai is one of the reasons why the Outlaws are doing so, the Atlanta Reign are doing so well. We're going to jump to a small break. We're going to throw up a comms check, and we'll see you on the other side.
Wait, mic test one more.
하나, 둘, 셋.
Okay.
좀 피파 보고 있는데 이거? 아, 보면 안 돼? 어떻게 알아 근데? 말해본가? 캠 보여. 우리 모니터 보이게 해놔가지고 뭐 보고 있는지 뜸.
펄스한테 펄스 한번 칠게. 펄스한테 펄스 한번 붙여. 딜라인 절대 안 붙인다. 하고 왜 나한테만 붙여가냐면 게임 바꾸라 해.
원래 좁은 곳에다
게임 바꿔.
That's like wake up. That's like wake up. Go past our boys.
Please don't talk to me.
You good, bro? I did not want to see my teammate laying on his desk before the match.
We're playing. What do you mean you're sleeping?
I'm waiting.
You're waiting.
Hello.
아! 야, 야!
괜찮아.
야, 오게 해봐. 괜찮아. 해줄 수 있냐, 그냥?
아, 괜찮아. 이거 그냥 핸디캡.
핸디캡 확인.
Okay.
Wait, is Skyripper also from Finland?
I don't think so.
Things. Romania.
It's from Romania.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What country did you say earlier the guy was from? Estonia. Don't know where that is. I actually just don't know where that is. Do you know where that is?
Europe.
I know it's in Europe, but I could not tell you where on the map it is.
We need to sit.
Yes.
Okay. Is Harry in his seat?
Yeah.
Fine with he's in his seat, then why is it turning?
I was really about to get out, like just a minute ago, because we weren't starting the game.
I feel like
I feel like it's probably like on the south of Europe. Or like Greece or something.
It's gotta be in like Spain or something. It has to be.
Northeast,
No.
right on.
Somewhere like southwest. Or like
Yeah, Russia.
Is it?
Near it, isn't it?
It's right under Finland, above Latvia.
Oh,
What the
shit.
Why is it up there?
Why is it up there? I didn't relocate it.
Why on earth is it up there?
인서가 캐리해주겠지. 인서 못해요. 인서 못한다.
포인트 C9.
C9 해버리기.
D9 해버리기.
D9 해버리기.
Kill.
어,
C9.
C9.
C9 해버리기.
What is up? What is up? C9.
나이스.
C9
돈타이. 베이스이 돈타이.
Welcome back. We're getting into game. Don't worry. We got Route 66 coming up in just a moment. Houston Outlaws and the Atlanta Reign are one each right now. Rose in this series. It's been fairly, well, it was one-sided on Control and then one-sided on Kings Row. So it's a toss-up right now. Who's actually going to take it home? The Atlanta Reign did make a substitution. I'll just clear everything up. Nero back. Venom in. Piggy is staying in for the Outlaws. We're about to jump into Route 66 as our third map.
Yeah, really excited about this one, especially when we take a look at how the Houston Outlaws just played Kings Row. Piggy just putting on a really nice performance. Maybe not super flashy in terms of the amount of damage that he was doing, but definitely helping to support the team by mitigating a bunch of oncoming damage. And I'm very much expecting that the Sigma or the Reinhardt could be very, very good here on Route 66.
Yeah, Sigma's super good on first point, so I can imagine that's what a lot of teams are going to opt to doing. And Atlanta Reign having Venom in, which means they're going to run Tracer, so maybe Hawk's Doomfist is pretty decent. A lot of places kind of ambush a lot of people. There you go, if you're just joined, that's what happened on Lijiang and Kings Row. As we get into game. All right, no more pauses, no more silliness. We're back in, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, very much excited about this one. At least it's in the map takes place in the United States, so Atlanta Reign won't have any problems figuring out where this is on the map. That's fun. At least,
It is indeed.
it's not Estonia.
That's true. I love comp showing.
That's so good.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think I'd be able to point out Estonia on a map.
And
I live in the EU region.
I can't either, so don't worry about it.
Okay,
Oh,
well, we're in a pause
no.
again. I lied to you. I lied to all of you. I'm sorry. We're in a pause again.
I feel
Not my fault.
betrayed.
Sad, unlucky. Oh, I like Ultraviolet's camera is probably one of my favorites in the Overwatch League, I will say. Every time, I don't know what he's doing, but alt tabs or something, and just gets hit with like a flashbang. Atlanta, if you want to cosplay Atlanta Rain set up at home, just sit in a very dark room with your monitor as the only light source in it.
That's, you know, I do that sometimes. That's like true gamer right there, Jaws.
Gamer dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't do that a lot. I've got one really bad eye as it is, so I feel like my eyesight in my right eye is also getting worse, so maybe not the best.
Oh no.
But it's okay. Let's have a look at some match highlights so far. Let's jump over to Lijiang Tower and see what went down. Atlanta did end up winning 2-0 on Lijiang Tower at the end of it all. It was a bit tough for Pelican to get anything done. More often than not, Lastro, when he came out on the Brig on Control Center, he was so far behind on ult charge rows. It was very hard to end up catching it back up. Yeah. Although Control is one of those game modes where if you get an early lead, it can be very tough for the then attacking team to really take an advantage. And in King's Row, half a C9, half not, but the Houston Outlaws had an blistering start on the offense. They had they had 5 minutes and 30-ish seconds to capture C when they got point B. They ended up with about 3 minutes-ish, like unreal speed.
Yeah, super, super fast, and then also just the defense that they were able to have at the very, end when they flipped sides was just really strong. Take a look at the angles that Merit was getting, really using that amplification matrix to just pump out that damage, and I expect to see more of the same, especially when you look at some of the defensible positions that you can take on Route 66. High ground going to be very important. Sojourn having great mobility to be able to take advantage of that, and then just kind of doing the deed here. Let's see if what Pelican decides to bring out this time around too. If we're going to see more of that Genji, but better support.
The best duo in NA, Pelican and Lastro.
Yeah.
Speed boost the Mei and then jumping down onto Ultraviolet in the choke point. That feels pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. As a support player, when you have a Mei and a Lucio running at you and you haven't got too many. Well, you got your legs, I suppose. You can kick them away now, but not much else to really defend yourself. It was rather unlucky. Rather unlucky. Just want to apologize again for the brief pause. Looks like a ping issue. So we should be getting that sorted in just a moment. It's no worries. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's going to be fine. How's your day been, Rose?
It's been pretty good.
What did you have for breakfast?
I actually made breakfast for like one of the first times ever.
Oh,
I made some eggs. I had some strawberries. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. What about you?
Okay. Well, I tend not to make breakfast. I'm very lazy. I just have coffee in the morning, and that is about it. I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes I wake up, most of the time, all the time, wake up, and I'm too lazy to do that. So I end up having coffee and then like a later snack, I suppose, which doesn't really, well, people are going to laugh, and you will definitely laugh at this too. I get up at stupid o'clock, is what my mum would call it. I get up at around 10 to 6 every morning.
Oh, no. No.
It feels good. I'm just saying.
Does it?
After I've got into this routine of getting up around, we'll call it 6 a.m., 10 to 6 or whatever, getting up and seeing the sun kind of rise or dusk, it's not super bright. It's pretty nice, I will say. It's good for the serotonin in the brain. Do you know what else is good? Serotonin in the brain? Watching Merit and Kai on Sojourn. What a segue! It's crazy. Look at this. Look at these stats.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, they're pretty evenly matched across the board. I feel like there really isn't too big of a difference that we're seeing here. Kai just kind of barely outpacing Merit in a few things, and then you kind of get that on the flip side with overclock kills and things. But this is what we were talking about at the start of the match, Jaws, is looking at Merit and Kai, how they are going to perform on this Sojourn, especially when they are two of the best Sojourn in the league right now. You can see and feel the impact that they're having for sure.
Oh yeah, for definite. And I am rather happy that Soldier is not currently meta. It was nice having the little Soldier meta, yep, but seeing Sojourn hit railguns across the map is very satisfying, especially when Kyle, Merrill, any Sojourn pops the overclock and then jumps around people and just starts dominating is very cool. Although sometimes I can imagine as a support player, it doesn't feel that great. But I mean, you can counter it sort of as a support. You run Brig, you can shield a lot of that. And that's actually why I thought D.Va might be played a little bit more. She has a lot of nice mobility and you can eat the railgun shots. The problem is in the neutral, she does kind of get dominated. So that's rather unlucky. But yeah, like I said, we are in a brief pause. Yeah, when do you normally get up? What, like 10, 9, 8?
I don't.
7?
What? No, that's still too early, Jaws. I wake up at
too early.
Jaws, I wake up at like 11 a.m.
Okay, that is insane. Okay, that's like half the day gone. How long have I been up then? I've been up 5 hours or something. I feel like that's half the day gone. You must go to bed at like 3 a.m.
No, I go to bed at like 12.
Crazy.
I just like my sleep. Okay, I need like more than 8 hours to function in the morning. So, yep.
That's fair.
I like sleep.
That would make sense why I have to put on a ton of makeup before I end up going on a broadcast. Although I do get a lot of sleep. I feel like it is quality sleep, but getting up super early, it does feel pretty good. I'd recommend it if you're able to do so. I think we've got some extra stats to pull up on the screen while we wait for Houston to sort out their problem. Hawks Doomfist.
Let's talk about Hawks.
Doomfist has also been looking crazy good this season. And something that the Atlanta Raid have in spades is tank talent, Rose.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether it's Hawk, whether it's Gator. We haven't seen too much of Gator this stage, but it is nice to know that there is that flexibility available when Gator is known for more of those main tank heroes. But taking a look at Hawk, this was something that really surprised a lot of teams early on in the series, especially in that first stage, where those first few weeks, it was just all about the Hawk Doomfist and still making it work. I think there was that brief period at the end of the first stage where, you know, some teams really weren't finding the same value as what they had been with the Doomfist. But I mean, Jaws, these stats speak for themselves. 20 eliminations in 10 minutes. I mean, that's kind of whack.
Yeah, just a little bit. And 8 final blows per 10, average life about a minute and a half. Not too shabby whatsoever. There are a few things that can shut down the Doomfist, but a good Doomfist, very annoying to deal with. You miss one sleep, you miss one biotic grenade, and somehow you're now dead. Like, it's real tough.
I think
Doomfist transitioning to the tank role is pretty awesome.
It is good. I mean, definitely helping out with the disruption in the front line. But, Jaws, you mentioned something that, like, the Ana. You know, Ana was a huge counter in stage 1 to the Doomfist, whether it was with the sleep or the biotic grenade. And now we're taking a look at how the meta has shaken out, and Ana just doesn't really feel like it has a strong place in it right now. It's too easily accessible in the backline, and, I mean, Zenyatta's just too strong right now.
Zen's definitely, it did feel like a little bit of an April Fool's joke with the kick patch, but I like for one, love it. And the ability to kind of help yourself disengage. I mean, Brigitte's the perfect partner. You have Whip Shot, you have Bash, you can send the Doomfist flying.
True.
You miss the sleep, it sucks, but with Brig, you can at least shield some of the damage coming in. You can bash the Doomfist away and whatnot, so that is also pretty nice. Yeah, Hulk's been looking great, even if he is just right now in... Again, very dark camera. It's just his little head, but it's all good. He's just chilling, like everybody else is currently. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to game in just a moment.
Yeah, just sorting out the ping issues, and then we will get back to it. But, I mean, Jaws, I have to ask you a very important question.
Okay.
How does Zenyatta have a powerful kick if he can't walk?
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't use his legs, right, to walk, so all the power is then stored up in his legs.
That how that works?
Because he doesn't have to expend any extra energy walking. Yeah.
But
that's how that works, I think.
Yeah, but like, what if Zen doesn't do leg day? Does he still get the powerful kick? Because don't you need to be able to like stand and like do the squats and stuff?
He is machine, so maybe not needed.
That makes sense.
He is a bot. And I mean, at the end of the day, look, Zen, you can just upgrade his legs whenever you want to. I guess that's what they did. They just added a new joint or mechanism into his legs to make him be able to kick and do more damage. The more damage thing, I don't know if that actually really impacts a whole bunch, like the 30 damage melee to 45 now with Zen. He got 50% increase, but it feels good to just boot people around the map. I remember when that first came in, I was just taxiing around Sideshow as Lucio, and he was just on Zen, just kicking people in the beta. It was stupid. Like, people just did not see it coming. We may have, you know, it's quick play at the end of the day, so yeah, maybe been inting just a little bit, but watching the other supports trying to fend for themselves, and they got a Zen kicking them into a corner, and then me also kind of like booping them away as well. Like, oh, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Okay. The strat doesn't work, I can imagine, when rank gets released, so I wouldn't try that. It's very much a quick play strat.
I mean, Jaws, like, what is more disrespectful now? Getting eliminated by a Zenyatta kick, or getting eliminated by a Torb hammer kill?
I still think the Torb hammer, but if you get environmentaled by the Zen kick, yeah, I'd feel pretty bad.
Okay,
we haven't seen any crazy kicks just yet, and I'm just thinking too, because you can kill 2 people with 1 melee attack. We've seen it a couple of times this year already. I wonder if we'll ever see a double environmental Zen kick. Just like booping 2 people off the head of Lijiang or something.
That'd be pretty good.
That would be the highlight of all highlights of the Overwatch League if that ended up.
That's a number 1 top play in the highlight reel.
That should be an achievement. They're carrying over achievements so much too. I'm not sure if they are, but yeah, that should be an achievement if they carry them over. Yeah, that'd be kind of sick. Not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, there you go. I mean, like I said, we are in a brief pause. Do apologize. Should be going to, yeah, sounds like Houston do need a little bit more time is what I'm getting from producers right now. So we're going to jump to this quick video. We'll see you in a bit.
We had some great plays today, some great games today. We got more coming your way.
Piece by piece. 3% away from this nano blade now, though. So, you know, Smurf wants to initiate early before the blade's a factor, but Jinmu goes in.
Not going to happen. And Creative cannot get the sleep start to connect. Yeah, slash through. Jinmu once more finding 3 with the blade. Big value for him. Follows up with a headshot.
No
Jerkins onto Vinham. That is the team kill. That is a massive amount of distance now.
Try and find a way to keep London Spitfire at bay. Ken looking to set up a big power drive here.
Oh, just right in the middle, and that might have been a counter shield bash from Admiral to get out of the way. Flora has overclocked. He's found 2. Make it a 3rd. Drops down. Landed. Flora stepping up to the job, and what New York need of him to do.
Since he's been away. Good headshot on Finale, though.
I mean, it's safe.
It's forcible.
Finale's good for at least 1 in that case. If there isn't just an insta headshot to shut him down. Here's what I mean. Krillin going attack mode.
Wait, no. Okay,
1 second.
No. Yeah, he was off the map at least 3 times in that small fight. Nano onto Happy, by the way, just to keep him up and alive. Or Muse with a punch. This is dangerous. That was close. Okay. Power block. There was no power up punch.
Oh, no!
You can't do this.
Oh, dear. Another one falls to Muse, and now the Defiant can surge forward once more. That buys some key seconds for the Raven. Have they used that time to formulate a real defensive plan here, or are they still going to fly by the seat of their pants? Hawk, hit with the Discord all blown up pretty much instantly there by Shockwave, who comes on in. That's going to be 2. Another one from the Disruptor shot to get rid of that Immortality field, and Shockwave has this on lock. Kai obliterated. OG running back to Spore with his tail between his legs here in the Vancouver Titans with 44 seconds left. They've got to get this one home.
And now we'll pop it, slides forward, tries to cut them off, throws the nade down right here into the doorway. Transfer Aim God is nullifying a hell of a lot of his damage though, because he just can't quite get the headshots to connect. 2 kills being found from the side of Fusion, but it's answered back by 2 from Marvel. Picks up Aim God, picks up Carpe, ends up falling. Marvel is just doing everything
How
right
many
now.
is this?
He gets Fixa. That's going to be 3 for him. The Immortality field obviously not quite going to count, but now here he is on the point, still relatively healthy. And so is Bellisria. He's got Zest to try to back him up. Marvel has to make his exit, but he's straight back into the fight. He keeps this point contested. He does not allow the flip to come through, and now he gets the kill into Bellisria. The minefield comes down. They'll just reroute. The flip is there.
Welcome back. Unfortunately, we're still in a break right now. Outlaws internet go boom, apparently. Unfortunate stuff. Apparently you need to blame Piggy. Maybe his Rhine too good. That's what at least the Outlaws tweeted a second ago, Rose.
Yep, that's right. I think I think Piggy smashed the router.
Unlucky.
That sucks.
He's too powerful. He must be stopped.
Agreed.
Piggy too strong. Yeah, unfortunately we are still in a break. Houston Outlaws internet is boom. Outlaws HQ right now. So hopefully we'll be able to get into either this game or the next in a brief moment. But yeah, unfortunately just stuck here. But that's for the time being. I do apologize once again. Although, on my main monitor right now, sneaky behind the scenes facts.
Ooh.
I see teams in lobbies.
Ooh.
I don't see bums on seats, but that's because Outlaws cams aren't on. But I see people in lobby, and I see maybe people already.
I see Hawk.
So we should be in game in just a moment. Route 60, hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully. Route 66 will be the map, though Rose is one apiece. Hopefully that hasn't really stopped any momentum for the Outlaws. It was quite a nice King's Row. They sped through checkpoint A and B and managed to cap C and then stopped Rain just before second point. So hopefully that's not been a dampener on their spirits going back in. Oh, it looks like, speaking of which.
Oh, let's go.
Okay, we're going in.
All right.
No more stalling. And hopefully no more Piggy smashing the rotor. Now we're going to go in. We're going to Route 66. The series is one apiece. And we're in game. Yes. Finally. Finally. Gameplay.
Baby. Don't jinx it.
Let's go.
Joss, don't jinx it.
Okay, I'm not going to jinx it. It's okay. It's okay.
Aw, Pelican apologizing. No apologize. It's not his fault.
Not your fault. It's all good.
It's Piggy's
Sometimes
fault.
internet go boom. Yeah. Don't apologize for Piggy. No. It wasn't Piggy's fault. Just internet boom sometimes. That's fine. All right. Defense for the Outlaws. Offense for the Rain. See what Outlaws want to run. Yep. Piggy on the Sigma. No real shocks there. Yeah, standard lineup for the Outlaws coming out of the gate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw the Pelican Genji, or at least moments of it, on Lijiang Tower. Wasn't the most effective on that particular map, but when we ended up getting a chance to see it on King's Row, we definitely saw it be able to make a few more waves here. Houston just kind of continuing to rely on this Genji, Sojourn, and the Sigma, but it really comes down to how they decide to fill out that support lineup that always kind of leaves us guessing a little bit.
Yeah, that's that guessing game can be quite deadly sometimes. The Atlanta Rain running out with, is OG going to stick on the Ana? No, going over to the Batiste, going over to, the Brig. They're going to have a Batiste and a Brig backline.
I like that,
especially not being able to kind of predict if May is there. Going for the BAP's always quite nice. The Discord Orb is going to be rather frustrating to deal with, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but I like the choice of the Brigida because you still have the shield bash, and if Pelican on the Genji is going to be going after your backline, just get him out of here. Bash him away.
Yeah, Swift drop to the payload, just forcing Piggy not to just chill behind them, and then straight up to high ground is always quite nice. Piggy can contest the payload from here, so he's in a very defensible position, but the Atlanta Rain have just opted to take the high ground. Venom was left alone in the backline, and short work for Pelican. Easy work, in fact.
Yeah, it's looking really good. Pelican's still trying to work up to that Dragon Blade. I mean, at least they have the Nano Blade online, but ooh, Iris with a big pick.
Yeah, rip. Yeah, no way you're able to push now. Iris, of all people, did manage to pick that kill up. Discord Orb and easy pickings. Nice position from the Atlanta Rain to start off with. They just decided to just drop onto the payload, and Ultraviolet got picked. It was just unlucky. Go again. Took them a long time, though.
Yeah, it took them a little bit, but it looks like Atlanta Rain's still going to be holding strong here, playing underneath Big Earls, kind of giving up that height advantage that they had here, because look at where Houston is now. Just scattered everywhere.
Yeah, nice little statement to Hawk. Should be good. Window used. Only Ultraviolet shooting through it right now. Hawk can do a fair bit of damage to those Hyperspheres, but that's about it. Piggy extremely low, cut off from the rest of his team. Lashtar and Iris A little bit too scared to peek that window angle, so wasn't able to get heals on to Piggy, who had the flux, mind you. And now Kai is in a very good spot. Could just charge off the backline and then hopefully hit someone with a rail. Good cleanup, though, from Lastro, killing Venom. There's the Nano Pelican, not pulling the blade just yet. The lamp's already been utilized by Ultraviolet, but he's not even going to need anything. Reflect, kill, maybe, hasn't got a dash, we'll get one now. That's an easy cleanup for Pelican, was nanoed, didn't even have to use the blade.
Nope, didn't have to, so now Outlaws are sitting on 4 other ultimates that they can pull out of their bank when Atlanta Reign start to move back in. And Jaws, we've already whittled away so much of the time bank. It's a minute and a half left, and Atlanta are struggling to get these ultimates online.
Yeah, it's been very, very tough assault on this first point. He's been trying to take high ground for the longest time. Kai has the overclock. A flux coming in from Piggy is going to be pretty nice. Pelican going pretty low. He's got a blade in his back pocket still, and Kai just railing them from afar. And it's this flux from Piggy, which doesn't really net them all too much. The Atlanta Reign were able to just sit on top of the brig, use that immortality field to survive a lot of the incoming damage from the flux, the rally, the overhealth. There was not much more the Outlaws could do. Pelican was just so low they couldn't go in with the blade to maybe clean up some of the kills on the Reign.
I'm okay with that, though, especially because you forced out the rally coming in from OG. So now Pelican can go in with this more vanilla blade and try to get some value with it, especially if they can force out the immortality field.
Blade, immortality field has been used. There's the deflag. Look at the pincer, though. Pelican with one. Piggy cleans up Ultraviolet. Very nice stuff from the Outlaws. And that's both supports from the Atlanta Reign just being cornered in that small room. The blade doesn't really do much against the BAP and the brig, but when it's paired with Piggy, also throwing hyperspheres in, and a lot of the Outlaws just rushing down that position, Ultraviolet and OG do not stand a chance.
Oh, especially with the accretion that Piggy's going to be throwing out as well. Just really helps to just kind of stop some of the utility if you're able to kind of, you know, force out some cooldowns and then just pause them in place.
Window, Flux. The Flux gets Lastro, but he instantly pops the Transcendence to survive and help his backline in Iris survive it a little bit more so. Pulse Bomb. Oh my god, how did Venom get that stick on Merit? He must have seen him for what, like a frame or two? Whew. Okay. Just whips Merit with a Pulse Bomb, and now the Outlaws in a whole lot of trouble. Pelican takes over the payload. Venom does go pretty low, and the Atlanta Reign have to dislodge Pelican's position, who's been quite a nuisance for the Reign so far on this Genji.
Yeah, I really thought the Brigitte would be helping out a little bit more, but Nano.
He gets booped away. You're not going to be able to finish anybody off. He's on 100 HP. Gets healed up with the Orb, and Iris pumping him full of heals. Got a bit of ult charge, but not nearly enough to afford himself a blade. Kai on the flank kills Piggy. Piggy wasn't even looking at him. And now the Atlanta Reign, he can use the rally. That overhealth's going to be tough to chew through. And Kai is just left completely alone. The Outlaws not looking anywhere near him. And he cleans up Merit to boot. The Atlanta Reign do get point B now as they try and tackle point C. Piggy's got another Flux, but the Atlanta Reign have had answer after answer after answer for these ultimates from Piggy.
Yeah, but are they going to have an answer now? I mean, OG just used the rally, and you're not running the Zenyatta next to the Brigitte, so you don't have Transcendence, which would be more classic to be able to deal with the Flux. And so, as long as you get the Immortality field out, Jaws, we've seen that. Houston able to force that out and just take advantage of when that's down.
No Nano on the side of Outlaws either. Iris has changed over to the Batiste, so Pelican's going to be looking to combo his ult with somebody else's. Can't really go in with just the solo blades. Kai sitting at 100 NG2, just perma-charging off those shields. There's the Flux. There's only one person caught up. The Immortality field has been burnt, and a Pulse Bomb from Venom again starts off the fight well. Both overclocks used, but Venom's still doing a whole lot of work. He forced Iris to use the lamp, killed it off, and now he's under pressure. Kai's not really doing much in this backline position, but Hawk extends a little bit too far. The Houston Outlaws are able to springboard back off of that with the help of Merit destroying his shield. And now Iris in a nice defensible position. Venom is still doing a whole bunch of work, though. Venom carrying these fights, but unfortunately for the rest of his team, they can't get much else done. It was really all Venom in that engagement. The Atlanta Reign couldn't do much else to follow up his aggression, and the Houston Outlaws will hold for now.
I think Venom has been struggling a lot on the Tracer because you've got the Discord orbs coming in from Lastro. You've got the ability for Iris to kind of keep Zenyatta alive with just how much healing and sustain can come through from the Batiste. So Venom's struggling to get access to the backline right now.
Yeah, Rock came out. That means go time. Yeah. Oh, Kai just picks off Pelican in midair as he's using the blade. A Transcendence from the Outlaws to keep them in this fight. And with 45 seconds to go, that's exactly what they need to do. And now Hawk has a tough opposition in that window, but it does end up fading away, and Kai once again picks up another kill with the railgun. Unstoppable right now is the Atlanta Reigns DPS line, and with this rally it should be an easy finish. A flux from Piggy doesn't result in all too much as the lamp absorbs most of that damage. The Atlanta Reign health bars aren't falling low, and they won't at all. The Outlaws doing negative damage to the Atlanta Reign right now through Ultraviolet's healing and OG's rally. There was nothing the Outlaws could do. Kai cleans up, and the Reign complete.
It's looking way better now for the Atlanta Reign to kind of keep rolling with the momentum that they were able to generate in that third point. And I mean, finally, we're starting to see Kai and Venom wake up a little bit. They've been lacking in the damage department, at least for the beginning portion of the map. And now that we're getting a chance to see them kind of catch up to what Pelican and Merit are putting out, this is definitely going to be a bit different. At least Atlanta Reign were able to capture all 3 points. Maybe that puts them in the driver's seat for switching sides here to play the defense.
I wonder if Iris is going to run out with a BAP here over the Ana. No? Oh, well, he is on offense, so he can change. Definitely feels like the BAP gets a whole lot more done with the Immortality field, but not having the Nano for Pelican does also feel pretty wonky.
Yeah.
Replay is this. Oh, this is that stick.
Oh.
That's why we didn't see him. He was sky high per time that pulse bomb connected. Damn, that was nasty. Yeah, Venom and Kai having each individual pop-off moments at the very end. Venom's Tracer is just so clean, Rose. That second to last fight where Venom killed like 3 people, forced lamp, and God, that looked like an easy fight for the Atlanta Reign before Houston Outlaws came back.
Yeah, it definitely looked good,
Yeah.
but now we're going to get a chance to see what Houston Outlaws want to settle on coming out of spawn for their attack push, and I think the Ana makes a lot of sense. You know, Houston Outlaws are putting a lot of resources from this composition into Pelican's Genji, and so at least you have access to the Nano Blade, but even when we've seen it on the defense, the Nano was really there to allow Pelican to survive and then get the Dragon Blade online. It wasn't really you know, collaborated there to put those 2 ultimates together.
Yeah, collaboration is key, that's for sure. In Overwatch, oh, Ultraviolet. Ooh. Yeah, don't want to go too low. So easy for the Sojourns just to catch someone off guard. High ground push for the Outlaws, exactly the same what Atlanta Reign did earlier on. You got to force Hawk off of this height. Plus, Ultraviolet, the Batiste damage cannot be understated, especially when that window builds up. But look at Piggy's ult charge already. 90% online. Like, I don't, maybe, just maybe the Reign don't know this is about to come up. There you go. Flux, it finds 3. The lamp comes out from Ultraviolet, but everybody is still pretty low. A nice nade on OG, but again, the lamp just kind of popping off for the Atlanta Reign right now. Pelican once again finds the better of Venom in the 1v1 as the window's used from the Atlanta Reign to force out the Outlaws. Nice railgun onto Iris. That should end that. And at least with the Flux doing a lot of damage on the Outlaws side, Ultraviolet can build up to a Immortality, or sorry, the Amplification Matrix pretty quickly with all the damage coming out.
Yeah, I mean, let's just look at Piggy for a second. It's like almost 12,000 damage. Like, in this game, Jaws, he's done 35% of the team's damage so far on Route 66. Piggy's going crazy right now in the server. You know, lag not a problem right now. He's already 60% to another one.
Internet fixed, all good. OG pops the rally. It's only hitting a couple as OG now gets resetted on. There's the Nano, there's the Blade. The lamp is history, and so is Ultraviolet. Now Kai gets chased down. Venom at least picks up 1, but will it be enough? I don't think so, as Pelican finishes it off with a 3K. The Atlanta Reign losing OG so early on in that fight with a rally activated was their demise.
Do you see Pelican chasing Venom? Venom, like, not actually spawn camping, but definitely waiting in the wings for the rest of Atlanta Reign to come in and contest.
Nice touch. Oh, Merrick's in a lot of trouble. Yeah, Venom just being a nuisance right now to the Outlaws. A fly in the kitchen. With a Pelican going down like this is pretty bad. Oh, they forced Transcendence with that. That is pretty big. I did not think Lastro would pop the Trans, but if you're going to follow up with ult, she might as well. An overclock has been used and Venom is already dead. Flux from Piggy didn't really get all too much, but that Transcendence flipped the fight on its head. Atlanta Reign were trying to go aggressive to stop the Outlaws from capping. They're only about a meter away from doing so. And the Transcendence from Lastro was on point. They cap second and have first, and they have 3 minutes to go to second now.
This is kind of reminiscent of how well they were able to push through King's Row. Maybe not as fast, losing a couple of those attack push fights, but look at Iris already getting another nano online. Oh, and that pick too. Yikes.
Yeah, rather unlucky. I say Treather is rather autonomous in these kind of comps, so it's not the worst. And with the window and the overclock, Kai might be able to end this fight quick, sharp. Ultraviolet's Immortality Field does end up going down, and Kai not getting much value, apart from a little damage here and there with that ult. There's the nano onto Pelican once again, trying to force Ultraviolet to do something. The rest of the team aren't quite quick enough to save him. A nice little reset on Kai. Doesn't like Pelican even needs to use the blade. Well, he's not even got it. I mean, 5% away. Just charging up for the next one. Nice reset onto OG. Kill streak for Pelican as the Outlaws, claim a lot of space on second point. The Reign, they're going to be able to retouch Rose, and they're going to have Rally and Pulse Bomb to start this fight off.
As long as OG is able to get that Rally online, it may be enough to just negate the blade completely coming out from Pelican, especially because you don't have the nano attached to it since you used that to make sure that Pelican could get that team fight win.
There it is. Rally. Over health for Venom is quite deadly. And look at that. The Outlaws, they back up. They hear that voice line go off. They don't want any messing with this. Although I say that, Pelican goes in. 100 HP in a dream with the blade gets instantly deleted by OG. OG was so close to going down, but somehow kept alive. Even antied. There was nothing they could do. He eventually gets finished off by Merit, but it's a trade. Ultraviolet falls and Hawk follows. Piggy's Flux at the very end of that fight. The Atlanta Reign had no more utility in their back pocket and no more healing to supplement the rest of the team through that Flux damage. The Outlaws, once again, off the back of some very smart positional play, end up winning that fight. Backing off as soon as that rally goes off, Rose, is a really nice play from the Outlaws.
Yeah, I mean, we see that as well as just kind of a reaction to like amplification matrices coming out on the defense to the attacking team. Just kind of says, have it. You can have the space. We'll just go in and get the blade off by the time that rally is over and the overhealth is gone. So well played from the Outlaws. They were able to get a few more ults in that fight too. Huge bio. Oh no, Jaws. This is all falling apart.
Yeah, very quick rotation for the Atlanta Reign on the stairs, and the rest is history. Nice bio from Iris, like you said. Oh, behind the 1v1. He's so low. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, no chance for him at that point. He was trying to get out and get to the rest of his team. Flux and a Transcendence to counter. Atlanta Reign have the ults that they require to finish this fight. It's up to the Outlaws to try and respond. Just live out this Flux and you should be good. There it is, up in the air. Transcendence instantly hit from Lastro. Kai does not have the overclock, so can't go for these one-shots through the Transcendence, and Merit is going to pop his. He's pretty low on the high ground, but picks up the health pack just in time. Kai's still doing a lot of dirty work in the backline as Lastro's Transcendence fades away, and so does his life, but Merit has done way too much damage for Kai to now catch up. A nice kill from Venom, but still the Atlanta Reign need to be able to touch. Piggy is just getting run around just then. Okay, Venom and Kai just continuing to survive in these fights. The Outlaws look like a fairly easy push in, but not if Kai or Venom had anything to say about it.
The Outlaws just didn't get the picks fast enough before Reign were able to get through with the spawn advantage that they have. At least Piggy has another Flux, so without really having an answer to that in terms of ultimates from Atlanta Reign, you know, you just... Maybe you can go in with that and be able to take at least the Immortality Field out and then go in with something like the Blade, especially if you force out the rally here.
I do worry for this Blade as Kai's got that overclock. Feels like Kai has to be the target. There's the Flux. Blade's coming out, but Kai's popped the overclock. He spots Piggy, but can he get anything else? He's on the wrong angle completely. Pelican used the deflect, and Immortality fall from range. Going to save them for a long time, and long enough for Kai to find a flank. A good sleep, but instantly killed off is Iris as he looks around to try and dispatch of Kai. With 10 seconds to go, the Outlaws try and make their final push, but it was in vain. The Atlanta Reign are going to stop the Outlaws from touching and claim Route 66. Match point now for Atlanta.
Atlanta looking good now. That was a really nice defensive hold from them. Piggy is sad. We are sad for you, Piggy, but at least you get to play the game. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's kind of true. That's kind of true. Was a nice little flux, that's for sure. And it's definitely unfortunate, but I think it's worth picking up on. Maybe the tempo was shifted a little. Having that big pause, the internet issues does put a dampener on things. Hopefully the Outlaws can come back and make this a 5-map series. We'll have to wait and find out. We got push after the break. Solid defense for the Reign on Route 66 as we head into New Queen Street. It is 2-1 in the series so far. The Atlanta Reign. Nice work on control to start out the day. They swept the Outlaws. Different story on Kings Row is the Outlaws are very much in control, and yeah, exact. Again, it's very flip-floppy right now. It was a very one-sided affair on Route 66. It felt like maybe a little bit closer than the first 2 maps, Rose, but there it is. Here are the substitutions. We've actually got Kai stepping away, got Nero coming in, so it's Nero Venom DPS line for the Atlanta Reign, and we have Dante back in for the Outlaws.
All right, so definitely expecting here that we're going to see Doomfist versus Doomfist once again, especially when we've seen how impactful Doomfist comps can be on New Queen Street. There's just so many nice rollouts that you can grab with that particular hero, so, you know, definitely expecting to see that. And then we'll see what Nero and Venom decide to do. Is Nero going to play the Sojourn, or are we going to see something a bit different here?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, Nero can flex to a whole bunch of things, I will say.
True.
You could also play the Mei here too, worth keeping in mind. There's a lot of places on this map where a Mei can be quite valuable, where the bot kind of holds. A couple of spaces where they're not so much, especially around the first stretch of the map when the bot is very much in the center. You can use those buses to wall people off, but also a Sombra. That could work too if they already want to run with that. Not been the biggest fan of Sombra. We saw it a little bit earlier today. But shutting down a Doomfist with the Sombra, it can be just unbelievable. You know Dante's going to come in to play Doomfist, so hey, there you go. Maybe that's to shut it down.
Diva,
Maybe
though?
Hawk on Diva.
Hawk Diva?
Okay.
I'm so excited,
okay.
Jaws. We've got the Hawk Diva. It's been such a long time since we've had a chance to see Hawk on the Diva. You know, I know it's not next to Gator, but man, oh man, do I get excited about seeing this, especially when you know that Merit's Sojourn has been so oppressive in this match so far.
Yeah, the defense matrix do be kind of crazy, though. You can eat a lot of the railgun shots, you can eat the nades, but if there's a Zen on the other team, yeah, goodbye, deleted. Goodbye, Hawk! See you later. Goodbye. That's rather unfortunate. Dante should be able to clean house now. Ultraviolet, sorry, finds the kill onto Merit. So it's still fairly even until Pelican ends up going down. Or Atlanta Reign do end up winning that fight. Hawk gets destroyed, though. Tanked a lot of damage for his team. Going at Zen, pretty tough. But now, onto a Lucio? Okay, to a Brig? Okay. I was going to say, the Lucio I could deal with for sure. Brig, I definitely think is like the in-between pick between Lucio and the Zenyatta there.
Yeah, I don't hate the Brig and the Ana here, and I really like the Moira and the Lucio that we're seeing on the other side. It's just going to be so interesting to see how Atlanta Reign can kind of snowball this, because Nero's not close enough to that EMP yet for us to actually see impact from that. But boy, is Nero getting some nice hacks onto Dante so far in the front line.
Yes, indeed. Oh, look at that. Punch in, instantly using that slam to get out. It would be nice if, I'm not sure if Nero's done it, but hack this mega health bag that Dante just looked at would be devastating for the Outlaws. Not being able to run back to that. Oh! Hawk got annihilated. It looked like the destruction animation the mech kind of got cancelled there. I don't know really what happened. Oh, well, I mean, use that in front of a Doomfist. What's going to happen? You're going to get punched. Ultimate cancelled. Ultraviolet in a little bit of trouble. Should have a fade up in just a moment. Pelican takes his life down. Yeah. Ultraviolet using the coal there, not so great. You're in front of Doomte, so...
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see a big swap, though.
Big switch.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Hawk was getting annihilated on the Diva. We're going to see the Doomfist now come out, which is what we were expecting to see going into New Queen Street. And then Ultraviolet also being able to help support that with the Ana, especially when you see Iris' Ana on the other side. You're going to need to be able to keep Hawk up and alive.
Oh. Now onto Merit to keep him alive. You got to be careful. He has got the overclock. However, he is antied. Doesn't want to try and go for an aggressive peak. Instead, just retreats the back to the rest of his team. They're a couple of meters away from actually taking the lead. Oh, Ultraviolet. Oh, what a response. I thought Ultraviolet was as good as dead. Atlanta Reign kill off Pelican as he's using the blade and the beat to engage. Dante is dust at this point, and the Outlaws are pushed all the way back. Beautiful response from the Reign.
Yeah, really nice stuff from them, and especially because you got the nano out of Iris you aren't going to be able to have that Dragon Blade combo online. That's been wasted. And now you're looking at Lastro's rally to be able to survive you through the EMP that Nero has finally got online here. And Atlanta Reign, they're just continuing to kind of inch that lead forward. But can they get Lastro in this EMP to stop the rally?
Oh, it looked like Nero's about to click the Q button there. Nice sleep and anti onto Dante. He is pretty low. The rally to try and turn this fight around. Dante not quite so lucky to get enough health to survive that pulse bomb. Rally wasn't online long enough, and Merit just doing the Merit things. Outlaws cleaning the rain. They do end up losing the lead, but the Outlaws are now in control of the bot, and they forced Nero to use that EMP. Well, I guess they didn't force Nero to use the EMP. He used it in that fight, and now we're switching over to the Sojourner instead.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I love Nero as a player. Like, the flexibility, bringing him in on maps like this, he can play Sombra, but then he can also switch over to Sojourner. And you know he's going to get a whole lot of bang for your buck with it.
Yep. I mean, at this point, you use the EMP because it's sunk cost fallacy. You spent so long trying to build it up that then you can kind of switch over later. But Houston Outlaws now, whew.
Yeah, this neutral fight is pretty big from the Houston Outlaws, not having to use anything. Should be able to get the checkpoint too, mind you. There you go, there is the lead. Nice. Atlanta Reign have got a nano. They've got a meteor strike. That is about it. Oh, they do stop them just for the checkpoint. It's 0.5 meters away, and Nero's already dead. Merit with a giant flank with the overclock, and the rest is history. Atlanta Reign disintegrated.
Yeah, now Houston Outlaws, they have that closer spawn unlocked as well. And so they're getting closer to that final checkpoint, maybe even being able to join that elite list of teams that have been able to complete a push map, especially when they got the Dragon Blade.
Nano, not on the blade. It's not needed. It don't matter. Just put it on the Doomfist. Dante's hard enough to take down as it is. Took a fair bit of damage following up on the Pelican Blade. No power block for Hawk. Ends his life. And the Outlaws still pushing the bot. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go, and the Outlaws may just bring this one home.
I mean, that was a nice stagger as well onto Hawk, not eliminating him right away. And now this is basically just one more fight, Jaws, and they've got this push map locked and loaded.
Hawk at least has the meteor striker supposed to get out of jail free. Does leap into the back line, but instant shield bash there to do the counter stun. Dante jumps back to the rest of the team, puts that power block up, so Iris was safe. They're still on the aggression. The Outlaws unwavering. A beat from OG should stop the Outlaws in their tracks, however. But a nice ult to force out. If you're the Outlaws, you're happy with that one.
Yeah, you're definitely happy. I mean, the fact that you're able to get these expensive ultimates out of the Atlanta Reign means that you are wide open now to be able to use the rally, bully your way through the Atlanta Reign. And also, I mean, you've got the Meteor Strike back online too. So a lot of get out of jail free cards here for the Houston Outlaws as we're looking at just getting back to the middle of the map.
Oh, Nero's got the overclock. Something got to be careful of. Oh, Pulse Bomb goes a little wide. Can Venom actually finish up the kill? Doesn't look like it. Nero pops the overclock, looking for headshots, but not finding anything just yet. Only body shots, but still a fair bit of damage when you're charged up to 100 energy, that's for sure. Iris and Ultraviolet do end up trading. In fact, trades across the board. These fights are so scrappy, but who ends up coming out on top? Nero forced all the way back as Pelican and Merit clean on up. The Houston Outlaws regain control of the bot, almost pushing 100 meters with 3 minutes to go.
Look at this as well. Lastro's actually switched over to the Lucio to make sure that they are able to get back in time, especially being able to taxi Iris into the fight. I mean, Iris can play from behind, especially having the nano up as well. Just put that on top of Pelican and donate over this last team fight.
Nano, Blade, it's almost too easy. Straight to the backline. He got antied. He's not getting any of the kills, but his teammates are following up, and that's what counts. More of an assistance Blade in that regard. Venom chased all the way at the back, and the Outlaws might be looking at a completion. Merit's got the overclock. Venom ended up dying late. The Atlanta Reign, they've only got one ult to spare.
Yeah, that nano's going to be enough to save one person on the team, and that is it.
There it is.
Overclock climbing in. OG already deleted, but a beautiful sleep by Iris. And now Hawk is completely out of this fight. Merrick cleans on up. It's like he's playing Destroy All Humans. The Atlanta Reign need to do something. The Houston Outlaws looking to complete. Dante picks up 2 kills off the back. And Atlanta Reign coming in with the spawns, but they need to stall. OG gets taken down at the very final moment, and it's just the trickling of Atlanta Reign members on the point. There's no way you can stop Dante. The Atlanta Reign even jumping over to the wrecking ball to try and get stuff done. And to be fair, even if they manage to stop them, getting it this far looks like an impossibility. 3 minutes to go. The Houston Outlaws push it home and tie the series up 2-2.
Oh my gosh, Jaws, we've got a series on our hands right now. Houston Outlaws completing a push map. And it all comes down to this 5th and final map. It's been so back and forth, this series.
Unbelievable stuff from the Outlaws so far. See, that was it. The confidence boost coming back in. You're shaky after Route 66. See, it is definitely frustrating having those issues, but they're back to their old game by the looks of it, I should say. Map number 5 around the corner. We're going to jump to a final break in this series. We'll be right back. Map number 5 is here. And a ticket to a guaranteed spot for the Midseason Madness is on the line. If Outlaws win, they go to the Midseason Madness. If the Reign win, they also go to the Midseason Madness. So, it all comes down to this. It's been a very back and forth. And that push game, Outlaws coming out super strong. Dante on the Doomfist, getting a full completion rose. Man, I'd be scared seeing Dante still in the roster.
Yeah, I would be as well, especially because we're going to another control map. I mean, you know, Atlanta Reign did get the better of the Houston Outlaws and Lijiang, our very first control map of the day, but Ilios plays way different when you look at how these different stages are set up. We're going to be heading over to Ruins first, and I just really like when we get a chance to see the Doomfist player on the Mega Health Pack. If Atlanta Reign really want to take control of this fight, they need to get there first, or they need to play from Dark.
I wonder if Nero comes out on the Sombra again. Rather classic, just hacking that Mega Health Pack like you were mentioning, so would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
If you're going to keep Nero in. Venom on Tracer. Might be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Venom's the Tracer specialist for the Atlanta Reign, is just really, really good on that hero. Obviously can play other things, but it really just ends up being such a nice complement to the rest of kind of the aggressive and more disruptive styles that are coming out from these heroes on the Atlanta Reign. So we are going to see Nero end up coming out of spawn with the Sombra, and so I love this. It speaks to me that Atlanta is really going to try to play around that Mega, and look at how fast Hawk is getting there. Houston don't even want to take that engage.
Yeah. Extremely quick rollout with the Symmetra teleport. I mean, the comp just wants to go fast, just capitalize on the hacks. Pretty simple when you look at it on paper. Execution could be quite tough. Even against someone like Iris, who can just nade the sleep, fair few defensive tools for the Ana. These fights are going to go quick and they're going to go fast. Merit already with the 100 charge, and Iris already goes down. See, look at this. Nice headshot onto Ultraviolet, and it was Dante to get those kills. Hawk also in a lot of trouble. A disruptor shot in a small corridor like that is a death sentence. Dante, okay, he's pretty low. No one healed him. Rest in peace. I mean, I guess you only had Lastro. Outlaws do end up winning that first fight and claiming the cap.
Well, especially when Merit on the Sojourn is able to take that high ground advantage. What are you really going to do against that? You pincer the Atlanta Reign into that small room by point. That's not a fight you want to take if you're the Reign.
Iris in a lot of trouble, but Venom is getting boomed back, so no instant execution. Nice right click from Merit, ends Ultraviolet's life, and look at that, they're just getting corralled in this small corner. Venom's done himself a pulse bomb, he flings it out, no connection this time around. As the Atlanta Reign fall once again, the Houston Outlaws just quite easily right now, staving off this aggression. Iris isn't getting that much pressure. Lastro's doing a good job of peeling right now.
Yeah, I mean, look at the comp that Atlanta Reign is running. You've got Nero and Venom on the Sombra and the Tracer trying to get to the back line, but the fact that Lastro can just peel and really help Iris move around the map to get away from this damage is huge. They're going to have a full slate of ultimates here for the Houston Outlaws, and Atlanta, they've got to get the CMP online and hope that they're able to get the sound barrier out first.
Merit from downtown, using the rail. Can't quite find the heads. Oh, P. Okay. Okay, that is, well, that's unfortunate. Looks like maybe internet boom again. Not sure.
It's all of Houston Outlaws, so I do feel like they are having internet issues once again. Yeah, Pelican's just calling up the ping.
Yeah, unfortunate. Outlaws, it looks like they're losing that fight. Pelican and Dante end up falling over. Yeah. Do apologize for the pause. Man, that really does blow. Again, it really does dampen, I feel like, the Outlaws.
Yeah.
We came out of the pause, went to Route 66, they ended up losing that one.
Not
saying that was the reason or root cause of their loss, but it definitely might put you off kilter, that's for sure. I've been just seeing if everybody's ready. It looks like, yeah, Pelican says yes. Nero is good too. Okay, looks like we're going to head back into game in just a second. So it's just a brief lag spike, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I'm pausing. Okay, we're good to go.
All right.
No use panic.
Let's do it.
No use panic. No more breaks. No more breaks. Final map. Let's go. Pelican dies. Iris dies. Epic. Outlaws, they lose the point, but they at least get 67%.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they also get a little bit of information as well. Nero did get the hack onto Lastro, so Atlanta Reign have confirmation that the sound barrier is online, so that really does help Nero to figure out how to play this EMP. This is Atlanta Reign kind of needing to play perfectly from here on out. And so you've got to get the beat out of Lastro and then go in with the EMP, or at least catch Lastro in the EMP.
There's the blade. There's the EMP. Pelican's in a whole bunch of trouble. He's got the nano and the blade, but he's just getting kited the whole time. A nice coalescence from Ultraviolet to keep everybody alive and well. OG with the boop kill onto Pelican. Perfectly timed by Nero to stop Outlaws from getting anything from their ults. Lastro's beat didn't net anything either. The Atlanta Reign now with 40% on board are very much in control of this engagement right now. And with Venom's pulse bomb, it does connect with the wall. Actually doesn't find any damage at all. And OG ends up going down to a headshot. Outlaws still, maybe still in this, with Mara picking up the kill onto Ultraviolet, but it's going to be scrappy. They just need to take care of Hawk and they might be good. A punch to stop the power block, and there it is. Dante finishes off the Doomfist, and Merit earning himself an overclock as the Outlaws, regardless of that EMP from Nero, managed to win the fight.
Yeah, it's going to be just a matter of seconds before Houston Outlaws get the point flip. You can see the stagger of Atlanta Reign back to just try to get as much percentage as possible. But now, Houston are in one fight territory. Merit's got the overclock ready to go, and you've also got the nano. That might be donated over to Dante or Pelican to just help them get their ultimates online so that they can sustain through the rest of this fight. Nero's not going to get another EMP up in time unless he's able to get a nice hack and damage into the backline, but Lastro and Iris making that really hard.
He's got 70%. Maybe it's possible, but unlikely. 5% to go, and the Outlaws are going to take the round. The overclock finds one. Hawk goes down. Nano boost onto Dante. Ultraviolet already low, and Dante with the immediate strike if he needs it, but it's not looking like it. OG gets flattened on the wall, and the Outlaws cleaning up the Atlanta Reign. Nero was not able to build the EMP before the fight ended. OT ticking down. Hawk is the only one left, but he went really high, but he is gone. Outlaws, they got round one. One more to go, and they've booked their ticket to the Midseason Madness.
You know, Sombra to me is just such a risky hero to play in a composition. It does really well if you're able to get those hacks onto the backline and take them out swiftly, but Dante is just, you know, they're trading right now. Dante is taking out Ultraviolet and OG very fast, and it really doesn't allow Atlanta enough time to use the Sombra and use it to its fullest potential. Plus, if you're banking on those EMPs as they are huge fight winners, that sometimes you're not able to get them online fast enough. High risk, high reward. I'm not super impressed with the Sombra choice right now, so I like Atlanta Reign switching it up here to go to the Echo and the Wrecking Ball.
All right, I mean, that's what you have Nero in for. The hyper flexibility. It's going to be hard for Merit to stay on this high ground, especially when Nero's peppering him from afar. You're not going to be able to really do consistent damage to Nero either. He's going to have Orb a lot of this time.
It's going to be so tough too, though.
Tough situation for Outlaws to do anything here.
I don't know about that. I mean, Merit's on the Sojourn. Is Echo really going to be able to power through that damage? Ooh.
Yikes, that's a lot of damage. With the rails, definitely, you're going to get destroyed, but neutral fire a little bit more difficult. Pelican, hello? Okay, we're good. He's out, but the Atlanta Reign do end up capping the point. Both tanks go down fairly early on. Outlaws refusing to let this fight go in the Reign's favor. They don't want to back off, even though they lost Dante fairly early. Now the supports from the Reign in a precarious position down in that swimming pool area as the Houston Outlaws have just managed to kite around the Reign. Hawk ends up going down, and because Ultraviolet and OG are in such an odd position, it's hard for them to heal anybody on the point.
It is super difficult for them. I mean, yeah, Ultraviolet and OG can kind of play a little bit farther away, but a way that Houston Outlaws is playing right now, we're really forcing Atlanta Reign out of the line of sight of those supportive heroes. Plus, you're really relying on Ultraviolet to just kind of do the heavy lifting of the support. It's going to be tough if Ultraviolet's not alive.
What happened there? Dante got booped, he got slept, he's still got no power block. Goodbye, Venom clears 2. Easy peasy. Even a nano onto OG to make sure he survives. Atlanta Reign, just like that, managed to stave off that aggression. It was a good nano onto Dante, he just didn't manage to land the initial connection and then just got rolled. Quite literally by Hawk, he booped him too.
Yeah, we gotta watch a replay of that too. I mean, Venom, look at this, just doing a bunch of damage here to Dante. You can see the nano to keep him alive, but poor Lastro there.
Man, Venom is so good on the Tracer. He's everywhere at once, which is exactly what a good Tracer needs to do. Be everywhere. And then nowhere. And then everywhere again. All right, Merit's got the overclock. Transcendence for the Reign. They'll be able to sustain a little bit, but the overclock will go through and kill DPS and supporters if they're not careful. But OG, wow, finding a kill onto Pelican this early. Outlaws, they've got to go again, surely, yeah, especially with Merit going down. They can't really afford another fight, to be honest with you, Rose. I mean, look at the ult bank for the Atlanta Reign building up. A very quick fight like this means a lot more ults in the bank for the Reign, although Venom throws the pulse bomb in, doesn't get much. That'll be about it. Nanoblade on the cards for the Outlaws if Iris can get that nano online.
Would have liked to see Venom actually hold on to that pulse bomb because Houston Outlaws were still trickling in, and so yeah, you do get a chance to kind of stagger them out a little bit more, but now they're kind of a full force again. They're gonna have the blade basically a full slate too. But, oh my goodness.
Yeah, those sticky bombs and the beam just destroy Dante. They do trade it for Venom. There's the blade, but instant transcendence. He didn't want to wait for Iris to get that nano. I guess now he can use it on Dante. Minesweeper duty for Pelican as Merit tries to find kills. He's got one, hits with the nano, but can he find much else? The Wrecking Ball doesn't quite get away as Dante kills Hawk. This is the fight the Outlaws needed to find. OG takes care of Iris, and now maybe another kill. No, Merit gets away just in time. And the Atlanta Reign still controlling the point. The mines weren't quite enough. And the Outlaws find the flip, but the Reign have a good opportunity now with not many ults in the Outlaws bank left to defend with.
Yeah, the fact that Lastro had to use the Transcendence there to be able to keep the Outlaws alive means that it's going to be a while till we get a chance to see that come back online, and Nero has the duplicate. So this could be over. Atlanta Reign could get the flip here. Just really depends on if Nero can just land this damage. Ooh.
Wow. Ultraviolet going down the early is not a good start. Okay, fight over. It is done. The fight is done. Atlanta Reign, at least they died quick.
Yeah.
At least they died quick.
Yeah, that's perfect because now they get a chance to come back into the fight and, oh, look at this. Hawk is going to give up the Wrecking Ball here. Really wants to be able to power through with the Doomfist. This is what Atlanta Reign have looked the best on so far, playing around that hero. But I think this is going to be tough. I mean, Houston's got a lot of answers to that. Discord, Sleep, Bio.
Nano onto Nero. Oh my god! Iris just got 2 here. Duplicate for Nero 2, straight to the backline. Yep, goodbye. Atlanta Reign, they do lose Hawk, but they still got a Doomfist on the field. Even a Meteor Strike coming in. Iris is in Lastro's in a lot of trouble, but he got the Transcendence just in time. The Atlanta Reign do manage to find the flip, and the Outlaws now need to get back onto the point. Overtime is in session with Pelican in a whole bunch of trouble, but Iris is coming back in just a moment to help sustain Pelican through these fights and working their way up to the blade. The blade has been popped, and with a kill onto Venom is a good start. The Doomfist putting up the power block to absorb all of that damage, but the Outlaws don't quite get back to the point in time. Merit found 2 kills at the end, but the Reign, they claim this round, and we're going the full distance. Round 3 on Control.
Ultraviolet was still up and alive as well, so even though Merit got those picks, Ultraviolet would have been able to finish him off right after that. So Atlanta Reign always probably going to win out that last fight and bring us into a third and final stage. It's for all the marbles, Jaws. One of these teams about to book their ticket to the mid-season.
That's what it comes down to. Are we going to see Hawk roll out on the Doom? Looks like it. No more Wrecking Ball. All right, well, is the final stage of Ilios. Perfect one to get some environmental kills.
Let's go Zen kicks. Come on, it's time. Double Zen kick elimination into the well.
Zen kick down the well to book a ticket to the Midseason Madness. That will be quite an epic tale. 2 Echoes on the side this time, Rose. Nero and Pelican piloting it.
I like that, though. I mean, Pelican's so good on the Echo. I'm actually a little surprised we haven't seen that as a match just yet. I mean, take a look at how Pelican performed on this hero in stage number 1. Houston just kind of giving us another little taste of just an upgraded version of this composition with Merit on the Sojourn.
Take a fair bit of damage trying to contest the point. They don't want to let it go over for free. The Atlantis Rain all has the cap, and just as I say it, they do manage to find it. Nice little beam, but no, the pocket is insane on Venom right now. OG and Ultraviolet keeping him alive throughout that entire beam and sticky bomb damage. They kill off Dante in the process. Wow, the backbone for the Atlantis Rain looking mighty strong.
Yeah, I love the Zenyatta and the Baptiste here. I mean, Baptiste is really going to help with Hawk and Venom, but like the Orb of Harmony from Ultraviolet just really allowing Nero to keep taking these engagements.
Oh, bad place to be if you're Lastro, but apparently it's a bad place if you're Venom. Just got rolled by Dante. You got the pulse bomb so quickly. Nano for Doom, Nano for the Doom take. Can he find the kill onto Ultraviolet? Well, he got punched away, but it wasn't quite enough to stop the carnage. The Outlaws find the fight and find the cap.
Nano Boost really helped keep the Houston Outlaws alive. They aren't going to have it for something like the Sojourn Epic Fire that we got a chance to see on that last stage. But I don't know if they need it. I mean, you've got the Transcendence. Lastro could just kind of allow the Outlaws to outlast the damage coming in from the rain. Amplification Matrix, though, I mean, maybe the Outlaws just kind of kite around it and give up some space. Or they just take a pick.
Oh, Lastro goes down.
Okay.
2 orbs across the map. Now 1 less support for the Outlaws and 1 less tank. Not good. Not good look. Ultraviolet kills 3 in that fight. Okay. All right, Ultraviolet, I see you. Not bad. Not bad. Atlanta Rain. Don't use it. Well, they used just the window in that fight.
Yeah, it's tough to be able to actually cut away from that damage, but Houston, they're still coming back into this with 4 more ultimates that they haven't had a chance to use yet, and so I'm really looking at the overclock here from Merit to help out, to maybe pair that with something like the Meteor Strike from Dante to just force people into an awkward position on the rain.
All right, oh, yeah, Venom dying first. He almost had a pulse bomb too. It looks like maybe he was getting a position to use it. Overclock from Merit. He's still pretty low. There's a lot of things happening in this 2 Doomfists. 1 is asleep. He got instantly woken, and the copy has been destroyed. Lastro kills Ultraviolet. Finally, someone needs to deal with it. The Atlanta Rain, though, if they stall for a little bit longer, yeah, not the worst. 90%, almost, at least 88, we'll call it, for the Atlanta Rain now. 1 fight territory for them. The Houston Outlaws have only got that copy to defend with. Well, they got the Nano coming up as well, I suppose. A copy with Dante getting nanoed. Yeah, that should be a hold, unless Venom finds a cheeky pulse.
Venom's been pretty good with the sticks. You can see hunting Ana. Not gonna work.
See ya.
Not gonna work.
Yeah, they want to try and fight in this small room so the Doomfist can get maximum value. Pelican from the other side of the map, making Hawk's life a little bit more difficult. Copy's still available, and they're just stalling out a lot of this time. They're waiting for the Anti-Rain to make a move. The copy is in effect. Pelican changing over to the Doom. Double Doomfist on the field for the Houston Outlaws. He can't quite find the punch onto Nero as he flies high in the sky. And now Pelican trying to go for the chase. 80% for the Outlaws. Oh, Pelican almost ended his own life there with sticky bombs on the windmill, but he's good. The Anti-Rain need to come back in to the engagement. If Ultraviolet can set up with this window again, it could be all over.
Yeah, Ultraviolet just able to use that to pepper in more damage with the Zenyatta, get that Transcendence online. But Lastro, there's not really a way for the Outlaws to deal with this.
Ultraviolet going pretty low. A lot of things thrown at him right now. The window not getting a crazy amount, but actually it gives him enough space and time to cap the point. And now Atlanta Reign are in control. UV still kept alive by OG in the backline, and Venom trying to build up to another pulse bomb. This will be the difference maker if he stays alive. Unlike last time, Pelican's there. What a stick again from Venom. But Lastro manages to kill Hawk. A Transcendence to help Dante finish up the backline. Now Earson's in a whole bunch of trouble, but Venom is struggling to get the kill. He eventually takes him down, but Overtime is still here and Reign are in control. A big trade as Venom finds 3 in this fight. The overclock from Merit is going to supplement a lot of the damage that they're now missing, but his health bar diminishing. The Houston Outlaws supports need to come back, and they need to come back now. Venom, I think, maybe dashed into the well, I'm not sure, but with Overtime going on for so long, if the Outlaws step on for a brief moment, it will be all over. Pelican falls, and the Atlanta Reign forcing the supports all the way back. Merit is dealt with, so is Lastro. Busio means absolutely nothing now. He's able to stall, but not for long. The Houston Outlaws with very little gas left in their tank. It should be all done.
Oh, the duplicate as well. They just want to shut it out here, Jaws.
The punch in from Nero, a duplicate. Someone's going to have to end the fight. Hawk also flings himself off the map. Maybe them giving Outlaws some consolation kills. Meteor strike from the copy, but the Outlaws find the cap! There's no way that just happened! Outlaws in the chaos find the cap at the Atlanta Reign. What? There is no way. There is no way on earth the Atlanta Reign let go of the point there. The overtime was going on for so long that any amount of time the other team were off the point, it was going to disappear and the game was going to be over. The Houston Outlaws cap in like, in a millisecond.
Oh my gosh. Oh no
That is a
way.
devastating loss for the Atlanta Reign. That final fight, that was in their control that whole time. Like, what?
What the?
I mean, Houston Outlaws know a lot about C9, so maybe they've been reading up on that. I'm not sure. Had to get the dig in there somewhere. But the the Houston Outlaws, they end up taking the dub 3-2, and they booked their ticket to the Midseason Madness. They've done it.
They have indeed. I mean, hey, Atlanta Reign, at least, like, they're not out of contention for Midseason Madness. They still have a fantastic record going into the second half of qualifier matches, but boy, oh boy, Jaws, that is not a way that Atlanta Reign wanted the end of that series to go. Even Houston, like, surprised at themselves that that was how it ended.
Yeah. Man, I mean, I guess when they're jostling on the point like that, if they're building up control of the point just ever so slowly, to be honest with you, I was looking at the action. I think most of the Atlanta Reign were too. Maybe they're not noticing the small little bar around that percentage going up, and as soon as Outlaws found the flip, the game was over. OT just, boom, disappeared. That was ridiculous. And yeah, let's take a look at the replay at the very end, because that is, feels like a 1 in a million chance for that to happen. But yeah, like I said, that small little bar around.
Oh, look. Oh, Houston took the cap and then just like that.
It's done. Yeah. See, when it's, you know, you're so focused, obviously, on the center of the screen, right? When you're playing, it's just, okay, we've got the cap, guys, we've got the cap.
Well, I mean,
and then Houston Outlaws were just juggling it, just getting progress towards the flip.
Oh.
Yeah, and there it is.
I mean, what hurts about that as well, Jaws, is like you see that, like, Atlanta, they look like they have people on the point. They had the Echo, they had the Lucio. Yeah. But, you know, the Tracer stepped off. Houston were so close to being able to take back control. And I have a feeling that Lucio was on a wall, Echo was in the sky, and Tracer just stepped off.
Yeesh. Whew. Well, there it is. Houston Outlaws, man, they at the very end managed to claim the victory and a ticket to the Midseason Madness, so congratulations to them. Let's have a look at the player of the match. We've got to give it to one of the best Sojourners in the league. We've got to give it to Merit this time around. Sojourn looking clean, and all series, yeah, finding a lot of value with the overclock and just neutral damage too, mind you, or neutral railguns, looking clean.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the railgun shots looking extra good. I mean, the accuracy was still incredible coming out from Merit, and then also just being able to get the secondary fire. Like, look at those powered up shots, Jaws. Just sniping people from across the map. Holy moly, that's so much damage, and it really did force Atlanta Reign into this awkward position of how do we push past this? How do we sustain? Because Merit's definitely a big threat.
Yeah, he is crazy good at the Sojourn. Look at that, 21 elims per 10. Almost 10 final blows, you know, 6 plus railguns per 10. Pretty good. Merit Sojourn definitely world class right now. I wonder if that means he's overtaken Kai on a couple of those stats. I'm not entirely sure. I have to get the stats guys to look into that one. We're going to jump to a quick break. I need to catch my breath and maybe review the end of that game just a little bit, or maybe I'll tune into custom stream. We'll see. We're going to jump to a quick break. We've got another map, or match even, to come up soon. We'll see you in a bit.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Upper Deck, the official trading card of the Overwatch League. And by TeamSpeak, the official voice supplier of the Overwatch League.
Welcome to Game Break, everybody. I'm here joined by Pelican from Houston Outlaws. Pelican, congratulations on the win. Oh, wow, this was a very long match, but at the end, you guys came out on top. It was a very close match in general. How did you guys get the edge today? How did you guys get the win today against the Atlanta Reign? Sorry, I totally forgot to translate. 펠리컨 선수 죄송합니다. 제가 갑자기 한국말 해야 된다고 까먹고 죄송합니다. Sorry guys. 네 오늘 경기 어떻게 보면 진짜 끝까지 어떻게 보면 진짜 마지막 1초까지 싸움을 하셨다가 네, 오늘 휴스턴 팀의 승리로 끝을 나게 됐는데요. 오늘 승리 어떻게 해서 이루시게 되셨나요?
일단 저는 오늘 경기 이렇게까지 3세트, 5세트 마지막까지 갈 줄 솔직히 몰랐는데 저희가 쉽게 이길 줄 알았는데 상대팀이 실수를 많이 해서 마지막 싸움에서 이긴 것 같아요. 원래는 져야 되는 싸움인데.
Alright, for today's match, I honestly didn't expect to go all the way to map 5. I honestly, going into the match, I thought it was going to be an easy win for us, but then that wasn't the case. You know, it was very close, and I think we were able to get the victory today against the Atlanta Reign, thanks to, mainly because of Atlanta Reign making a lot of mistakes. Pelican, you just said that you expected this match to be a lot easier for you guys, but you know, like you said, it wasn't that wasn't the case. What sort of caught you guys off guard? 자, 방금 펠리컨 선수 오늘 경기를 들어오실 때는 조금 쉬운 경기일 거라고 생각을 하셨다고 말씀하셨는데 오늘 좀 뭐 때문에 좀 더 힘든 경기가 되었던 것 같나요?
상대 조합이 무난하게 원래 다 아나야타 이렇게 들고 올 줄 알았는데 루시우 모이라의 이런 거 들고 오니까 약간 혼란스러워서 약간 그런 것 같아요. 볼 기용도 하고 상대팀이.
Alright, I think we mainly had a lot of difficulty because Atlanta came out with a lot of composition that we didn't expect. For example, we thought that they were going to use a lot more Ana, but that wasn't the case. Things like Lucio Mora and even the ball composition sort of threw us off guard. Alright, one last question for you, Pelican. You know, I did see that you were using a lot of Genji today. Was that sort of a comfort pick, or what was the strategy behind using more Genji for the team? 자, 마지막 질문은 겐지, 오늘 어떻게 보면은 펠리컨 선수가 겐지를 굉장히 많이 기용을 하셨는데요. 그거에 대한 좀 특별한 이유가 있을까요?
제가 트레를 못 하기도 하고 해가지고 그냥 저는 제 생각에는 근데 겐지가 더 좋다고 생각해서 스크림 승률도 많이 좋고 해서 쓴 것 같아요, 그냥.
Alright. I mean, simply because you know, I do, in my personal opinion, Genji is a lot better. I'm getting better results in scrims, and also I think my tracer is kind of bad. So that is why I'm playing a lot more Genji today. Alright, Pelican, thank you so much for the interview, and again, big congratulations on the win. 자, 오늘 인터뷰에 주셔서 너무 감사드리고 오늘 경기 승리하신 거 너무 축하드립니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, Pelican. Congratulations to you and your entire team, of course. Well, they did do it, but what an ending that was. I do not know if I'm amused, impressed, disappointed, angry.
Everything.
There's a lot of emotions going through this entire body right now.
Shocking. It was so shocking that I forgot to translate Korean. I literally completely forgot.
All of us sort of looked at you and were like, Danny. You're like,
this is on you. Yeah, I mean, you know, some people forget to step on a point, others forget to translate. Like everyone has their little things. Let's break down the action, gentlemen. I don't even know where to start. I think we're saving the best for last and break down that last fight in just a bit. But let's start at the beginning. Atlanta Reign, where did they drop their pasta?
Well,